when we talk about digital security, a lot of people are focused on government threats, and you think of governments as having a lot of power, having a lot of technical ability, a lot of equipment to be able to monitor people, and that's all true. But a lot of times it's threats from people within your community, other groups, hate groups, groups that don't accept LGBTQ rights, and so that's kind of the digital security that a lot of people, that's the level of digital security that a lot of people should be thinking about. And so I think that one thing that people should be really thinking about is how they can protect themselves, remain relatively anonymous or pseudonymous, using a pseudonym in online spaces. And so rather than putting everything out there, consider that there could be somebody in the group who's trying to harm you. Consider, finding ways to verify the other person that you're speaking with, and consider not putting everything out there.
A lot of the documentation that we see coming out of this region is actually things that are created by the perpetrators of human rights abuses themselves. It is in many countries here not legal to film. Certainly it's dangerous even where it is legal. So it's, I think taking out your camera and filming the security forces here in Beirut, they're not going to take very kindly to that. But in many places, certainly in most of the Gulf states, it's just simply illegal. The most important thing is whoever you're working with, whether it's targets of abuse or other activists, it's very important to make sure that you all have a discussion. What are the things we're worried about? How are we going to protect ourselves? How are we going to take care of each other in the work we're doing? So it's actually a discussion sometimes even less than the tools.
يعني احنا بأوروبا شوية في مرحلة متقدمة، لأن صار تطورات مؤخرا على موضوع البيانات الخاصة، خصوصا في موضوع الانتخابات ودور روسيا في تسيير الانتخابات بشكل معين، وأيضا في تحويل البيانات إلى كسلعة، يعني صارت سلعة تتاجر فيها الشركات العالمية الغربية. احنا بالعالم العربي لا يوجد هذا القانون، والناس لا توعي بأهمية بياناتها. عند الموضوع ان انا ما عندي شيء بخبيه، او ما عندي مشكلة، ما عندي شيء بخشه، على احنا بنقول من البحرين بخشه، ما عندي اسرار، فمش مشكلة. بس هذا مو الموضوع ليس ان عندك اسرار تخفيها او شيء، الموضوع انه كيف راح يستهدفوك الشركات، كيف راح تستهدفك الحكومة مثلا. انت اول شيء خل بالك على الديتا، انت هل اعطيت حق انه يعملوا هالشيء؟ روح السيتنجز، اذا انت في فيسبوك او في الواتساب ادخل السيتنجز، شنو البريفسي سيتنج انت حاط كل شيء مفتوح ولا او تغلق الاشياء؟ هل لازم تنشر افكارك بهالطريقة؟ شنو انت تكتب بالايميل؟ خل في بالك ان كل هالبيانات ممكن تكون بابليك في يوم من الايام. لما خصوصا مثلا انت احمي نفسك في تليفونك، يكون في باسورد، يكون في اللابتوب مشفر، تستعمل ادوات الشفره. اذا طبعا هذا الثريت، فكر في لما تسوي ثريت، المخاطر اللي تواجهها. اوكي، انا كصحفي بواجه مخاطر مختلفه، او كسياسي في تحديات ومخاطر تواجهني اكثر من شخص عادي.
A lot of cybercrime laws in the region are being drafted in a way that criminalizes expression or speech that should be protected. So things that usually have the right to say and are not posing a threat to anyone, and all of a sudden users become penalized and their actions become criminalized through these cybercrime laws. Cybercrime laws in certain countries are also being used to track users' activities, so by legitimizing and legislating for surveillance. For example, by forcing telecom companies to store users' data for 180 days forcefully, whether they like it or not. And that user data would include, for example, IP addresses, the location of the IP address, the device they're using, their number, the content of their messages. It can be very dangerous. And so all of these factors contribute to having cybercrime laws being used in such a way that really hampers any type of free expression.